Welcome to another adventure of the Sept of the Hallowing Winds, another game of Veronica and the Night Riders and her inferior friends. On today's episode, she is going to be finishing up the final touches to her moot, the moot tale that she is going to be telling. Some of her packmates are attending. In addition to this, she wants to make sure certain other info is obtained, as well as to get all loose ends sorted out. Some of her packmates have shown an interest and wish to help, or happen to be interested in seeing other Shadow Lords from her own tribe, or their own tribe, since most of the tribe members are Shadow Lords. And this tale begins.
So Cienfuegos is just sitting near the Karen heart, probably meditating. He might be sleeping. He's kind of old.
Veronica has enough respect for him that she will not disrupt him and will wait until he chooses to address her.
Yeah, Selenia will kind of tilt his head like, let's leave him be for a minute. And it is good you did, because in fact he was meditating. He'll open his eyes and kind of look at Veronica.
I finally...
Carolina. Caroline just now started approaching. She's wearing actually different pants. They're skin-tight leather pants this time. And she nods at her alpha.
Greetings.
Cienfuegos says something in Spanish. Oh wait, doesn't Bailey know Spanish?
Bailey does.
I was going to say, but you might want to tell me what he said, because Bailey, it does, in fact, know Spanish.
What he said in Spanish was, "Thank God for Saturday." When he saw Caroline.
So Bailey just, he gives Cienfuegos a soft smile. That. And also, he would probably realize that Bailey is technically his grandson now.
Technically, he's right. He'll stop. He does ponder that a moment. He'll stop. Think. And then he'll level his eyes at Bailey.
Oh.
And what have you done to honor the family today? Olivia's jaw dropped.
He's like,
Wait. He'll check his watch.
Helping my pack with their endeavors as always. Raya.
Do better tomorrow. And he'll just look at Veronica.
He does, and he fucking hides behind Selenia, like, help me.
I'm saving you. I can't help you.
Caroline has a very sympathetic look towards Bailey.
I managed to finish up my tale that I'm going to be telling Saturday, and I believe it'll make a good point on some of the things going on.
Is that so?
Yes.
Well, do you wish to tell it to me now, or are you going to save it for the moot?
I will let you decide. I don't have an issue with. I respect your choice either way.
I don't tend to like spoilers, so save it.
Okay.
I'm going back home after the moot.
I understand.
I've tarried here long enough. My wife misses me. My children would prefer I around. Selenia will put his arm around Bailey, like, calm down, it's okay.
So, one of the things I want to do is make a very big impression. You happen to be one of the few people here I know that's probably on the best standing with our tribe's totem.
Not true.
Would you believe there would be an issue if I want to make a scene with a thunderstorm? Or would this be offensive?
I think anyone who's offended doesn't understand grandfather's might.
Indeed. However, I know not to waste Grandfather Thunder's time on things that he wouldn't believe is a big deal.
In the moot, there will be attending luminaries from all over the nation. There could be hundreds of guests. Some of them alphas, betas, the voices of alphas and betas. There have been very few globally who have not sent some sort of emissary, if not their leadership, to hear this announcement. The only ones not in attendance are seps that are too small to leave unguarded, or those who don't believe that the king is worthy of their ear. My men are ready to replace their leadership when the time comes.
Veronica nods in approval.
You are a Galliard in how you choose to perform, be it by voice, be it by an instrument, or be it by the channeling of your own blood. I'll shrug. Do it during the performances.
Thank you.
Smile.
One more thing, because I know you are a judge of doom. I have formed a pack, and we are fighting various corruptions, including those not of just worm taint. Suggestions on what we should look up to make sure we can be stronger at this.
First off, learn the tales of Isaiah Morningkill. He fought the Stormborn and bound the Storm Eater. Secondly, don't neglect the tales of the Twisted Wild. Especially tales of the Dreamtime of Australia. The wild can sometimes run rampant and cause chaos. It can push flux through to where literally Garu are worse than torn to pieces. Did that answer your question, or did you need something more specific?
Those did answer my question, and I will be looking into more tales. I thank you very much for your wisdom, and it was an honor to see you at this Karen.
Ahmad. He'll look over at Bailey. Kind of give him a look. Just kind of calculating him.
Bailey is looking like directly. He knows better than to make eye contact.
You've come a long way through many trials where others would have given up or buckled under circumstance. You let your howl be heard. So I'm proud to have you in my family. Don't disappoint me.
He cracks a small smile and nods. Thank you, Raya. I won't.
And he'll look over to Caroline. My packmate.
She's listening.
I'll say my packmate chose well.
Thank you, Raya, for your kind words.
Just smile. Do you need anything else of me?
I do not.
Then leave me.
Okay.
Just like that. Fuck out my presence. And he goes back to essentially paying attention to himself. Just Selenia's like, "Don't move."
Out of game, you have no idea how much of a compliment that was, Caroline.
Oh Lord, it was. Holy shit.
Yeah, Bailey wastes no time getting the fuck out of there.
Selenia will stop.
God, he's scary.
Yeah, he'll stop and stroke his cheek. Hey, you okay?
Just he's now my grandfather. Nods.
Caroline immediately gives him a hug.
Because, his son married my mom.
He'll nod.
Which God damn it, I still need to formally introduce you to my mom.
He'll nod.
And then he just hugs him
I'll hug him back.
So I kind of want to tell you guys the story that I'm doing at the moot and what I want to do, because I want to make a very strong impression of point across.
Selenia just folds his legs under him, flops, sit.
Okay. And Bailey, I know this might make you uncomfortable, and I apologize ahead of time, but
he shrugs. It's okay. He flops himself in Selenia's lap.
Yeah, he'll say, "Sandwich yourself between me and Caroline. Everything will be better."
Oh yeah, he does that. He pulls both of them in. I have my family. It's okay.
No.
Some of the concern
Caroline
is with
has a reassuring arm over him.
Part of the concern is with the first tenet of the litany. And with my point of view, I feel gyro are always valuable, no matter who they are, and they shouldn't be ignored. Emil helped me find a story out of game. That's just what I'm going with.
That's great.
As well as my abilities as a Gallard, there is a story called Annie Licks the Wounds. And literally with her, she was a Black Fury that they didn't really want her around because she has seizures. It was until they were in a desperate situation that they found out that she could heal really quickly growing up as a Metis and learning how to do that and have a first hands-on experience, but she could heal wounds faster. And literally with that, she saved a Karen from falling, which is a very big deal. Which, when you look at that, it's like if literally it was like if she wasn't allowed, if she was cast out or worse, that would have
Bailey
fallen.
nods
Again, I have questioned many, many times why we tend to target the strongest amongst us.
Caroline gives Bailey a soft peck on the cheek. Exactly, the strongest.
He blushes oh.
So I thought what would make things very interesting with this cautionary tale, even because I want to make sure I picked one that didn't have a horrifying ending, so I make a point across. Get a thunderstorm during that time.
Good point. You can summon thunderstorms because I can, but can you?
I cannot summon them. I actually want to find someone who can. I was hoping you would know, otherwise find another Theurge.
I'll wave. I know.
Caroline nods. Because that's out of character. That's summoning spirits, right?
Yes.
To do
Yeah.
a big storm, it would take a little more than that. But yeah.
I can assist.
Hell not.
Do you think Sebastian would know? I
How
know
to
he's a
summon storm. He's literally the grandson of Grandfather Thunder. Yes, he'll not.
Do you think he would mind if we asked him? Just because it would make.
Go ask him, but I'm sure we could ask him.
All right. Because I think this would make a very strong impression, and that's always very important.
He'll hop up, kind of brush his hands off. Let's go find him.
Yes.
So you go on a Sebastian hunt. Sebastian is somewhere near the Karen Hart, doing Karen Hart things, looking brooding as fucking ever.
Of course he is.
Pack. Try not to give you too much disdain.
Okay. I want to ask you for a favor. Or some type of help.
Brow will go up.
Bailey looks at him and he stays a respectful distance back, letting Veronica speak.
I have a mood story that is going to make a very good point about something very prevalent here. However, I think it would make a very strong impression if I had a thunderstorm during the time. You wouldn't happen to know how to do that, would you?
Is that Caroline?
Yes, she's my packmate.
Caroline smiles.
Bailey wraps an arm around Caroline. My sister.
She blows him a kiss.
Just shakes his head. Like, I'm sorry. Go on.
Would you happen to know how to bring in a thunderstorm?
Yes. What kind?
One that I could use in the mood and during the story.
Are we striking people with Grandfather's Wrath or not?
No.
Do you wish an edge of the worm in it?
No, but I do wish to scare people at certain points of the story.
So, okay, hold on. So when I said, do you wish an edge of the worm in it? First off, I'm proud of you for hesitating. Secondly, you shouldn't have said that. And Felenia is like, stop!
Bailey is also like, oh. He knows. He knows.
And hands go up. Just, I'm sorry, ignore me.
Bailey squeezes Selenia's hand.
Selenia's just like, oh, God. And Sebastian just looks at them and it's like, everyone in this sept knows that I was a spiral dancer at one point. This isn't news. And I'll look back at Veronica like, go on.
So, would I be willing to be ask you of this? Or no?
I think you're willing to ask me. The question is, are you willing to pay the price for me to do this for you?
What is the price?
Nothing. I just want to see what you say. You're my tribe sister. I would make a statement to grandfather to fear our wrath. I'll gladly do it.
Yeah. All right.
Besides, my son is your packmate.
Bailey kind of beams a little bit.
Caroline smiles and squeezes his hand.
All right.
Come on. I will arrange something for you. Know that by the time your tale is to be told, it will be ready.
Okay. Thank you.
She can tell him, although he's not going to want anything, This
Mhm.
is definitely one of those in the future when I need my back scratched.
You have to offer, yeah. It's I owe him a favor.
Not so much you owe him a favor. He just expects you to remember this. Do you follow?
Yes.
Not quite. You owe me a favor, but others might imply it that way. You would be very unwise.
Honestly,
Bailey
I'm
knows
not,
the Shadow Lord lingo. It's fine.
I'm not crossing paths with the Confuegos.
No, don't pass. No, don't do that. You wish it were.
You don't want to. Don't fuck with the Cienfuegos. No.
So Selenia will slip his hand into Bailey's and walk.
Bailey just kind of like processes things.
Are you still unnerved?
No. Oh, okay, maybe a little.
So say your hand is shaking.
Here,
I
you
like
can link arms with me.
Yeah, Bailey will look at him. He's like, I can see how nervous you are right now.
However,
And he's blind.
Exactly.
Bailey laughs and he's like, fuck, okay, god damn.
Bailey,
I just. Yeah.
you are now part of the Confuegos family. Use
That-
that to your
exactly.
advantage. Use that to your advantage. That means you're fucking scary to everyone else.
Fucking scary.
I mean, I was scary on my own anyway, but yeah.
But now you're twice as fucking scary.
Now you're super scary.
Because they are imposing.
Okay, so my upbringing, I grew up like, hearing about these people. I never dreamed one day that I would be part of their family. It's just a little
Unnerving?
I'm still getting used to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand. But you are in
Caroline
fact
looks at him dead in the
He just shakes his head and goes, "My fucking mother! I swear to God."
dead in the eyes, and she says, "I know what it's like to feel a little scared going into a family."
That you do.
I mean,
and he
I
wraps
had-
his arms around Caroline, like, "Yes, you understand me."
technically families are pack mates. Does that make you technically kind of family?
Oh. Yeah.
She's nodding. And that also means that
Shit.
we're the pack.
A super family? Jesus.
Yes.
Oh.
Petrovas and Fuegos.
Wait. Does that mean I too now am a Cienfuegos? Distantly? Through marriage?
Bailey looks
Caroline
at him and
nods.
is like, "What?
Will you marry me? He'll just forgot that part. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I meant to ask. I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. Thank you. Hold on.
He's just throws his arms around Slenia.
Caroline is clapping.
Just completely forgot to ask. Just assume.
I really now need to introduce you to my mother. Oh my
You
God.
assume I haven't met your mother already.
That is a good idea.
No, but I mean, just like official, just an official thing. I know you've met my mother, but
What is wrong? There's something wrong with you.
I don't know.
Like I don't know what it is, but just you're hot. Like Jesus, please. What's wrong? Come on. Are you nervous about the moot?
Maybe a little. maybe a little.
Why? Talk to us. What's wrong? You're really freaking out.
Here for you. Don't just be quiet about things that you're worried about.
He'll wrap his arms around him.
I just don't, because I'm a metis, okay? I just don't know how things are going to go.
Baby, I don't think anything's going to happen to the metis what exist, okay?
Yes, but whatever he says, it's either things are either going to get better or worse for us.
Which is why I'm getting.
Like, and the more cutthroat conservative Garu could use it as an excuse to go after existing metas.
And you know what? I will use my family to protect yours. Because you are a part of mine.
Veronica squeezes Bailey's shoulder. There's also a difference between you and a few others. You have us. So we're not going to let anything happen to you, regardless of what the king says.
Seriously.
There's also a reason I am making this story a big deal.
I know that there are a lot of things that can go wrong. I know. But I truly feel in my heart it's going to be okay. Whatever it is, it's going to be historic. I get that feeling, okay? But I don't think you're going to not be okay.
I don't know if you've heard. I don't think she showed them her ring.
No, I don't think you have.
Yeah.
She holds up her ring and she says, I'm getting married as well.
Bailey nods and smiles. I'm sorry, I just.
Why are you sorry?
She bites her lip and looks off to the side and she says, well, one thing I wanted to say was, but I wanted all the pack to be my bridesmaids.
I look fantastic in a dress.
I will totally wear a dress.
Gladly do this for you.
She giggles.
Thanks to Emil, I have some outfits.
The theme is the night sky.
I like that.
She's
So
smiling.
what do you guys actually think is going to happen Saturday?
Albrecht, because Caroline and I met him, I don't believe he's going to necessarily make the punish the metis or harm anyone for breaking the first litany. I think he's just going to look at it more as like you broke a rule.
Caroline's biting her lip and she says that's not exactly true.
Oh? What did he say?
I saw how he looked at Jessica and she ran off with her tail between her legs.
Bailey takes a deep breath at that, like, oh, fuck.
Are you sure it's not because of anything else?
No, I'm positive from what he said. Out of character, I don't know exactly what he said, but I know.
Hold on, do you know what? I'm going to see if I can make things better. I'm spending a willpower rolling Garu lore on King Albrecht.
Sure.
So plus the willpower. So I think that's 2 successes.
What do you want to know about him?
In regard to his point of view on like menace or those that are looked down upon, because out of game, King Albert, even though he's serious, he's been exiled and treated poorly. He was with Bonars at one point. So I want to see if I can find something to kind of reassure Bailey. Like,
Lindsay, do you want me to go with the canon, what it is and what I usually play him with?
Yeah, fine.
What your
I don't
character
like
is
to
aware of
metagame.
is
I'm
although he does respect Metis and does not see them as the ones who should bear the burden of discrimination because of respect all those beneath the Allar of Gaia, and just because that's the kind of person he is. And although the first law of the litany frustrates him, and he would see it undone, as it's rumored, he does believe that those who violate it are, like, they deserve punishment, but not their children. Like, they themselves deserve punishment. Does that make sense?
So it's more of the issue is you broke a rule rather
Yes,
than what
you
the
broke
rule
the law.
stands for. It's exactly what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I can
He has a
actually at
very,
least I can explain that to Caroline at least. Caroline.
Well, Caroline
The
knows
reason.
that.
Okay. I think with anything, he's gonna probably try to find a way to do a slap on a wrist or renown doc to make a point across. Don't break the rules or defy him. But from what I understand with the stories, he does not look down on Metis or those beneath him. The Bonars helped him out at one point.
It's not just that we're worried about. And Dazzles broke the litany. Finished.
Yep. He nods.
He looks at, okay, so now Xenia looks in direction of Bailey and, like, just melts. Like, no, oh, it's your mother. He'll wrap his arms around him. Baby. Your mother will probably be fine.
He tears up and
She's pregnant. If anything, I highly doubt he'd punish a pregnant woman.
Veronica shifts into Kyrnos and kind of like shields him from others.
Yeah.
he just breaks down.
Yeah, he'll definitely it is not easy.
Yeah, and Veronica's going to take her time looking around. It's mostly just to kind of protect Bailey's privacy as well, so he can express his emotions.
I just got her back in my life, you know.
Yeah. Baby, though, I really, truly, I don't, I'm sorry, I don't, I'll just shake his head. Whatever your mother decides, whatever, I know your mother would. There is nothing he can say. He shuts up. He can't. Like, this is like, wow, okay, sorry.
Bailey, you could express your emotions out here, and I'll make sure no one intrudes on it. But your mother's also going to need you to be strong, because this is going to be very tough on her.
That's what he was trying to say. He'll nod, like, thank you, because that's what I was trying to say.
And you see Veronica collapsing his hands with her Kyrnos hands. Also,
he just holds on to Selenia.
Hold on, you're a Philodox.
She will offer her.
Hold on, Bailey. You're a Philodox in a Confuegos. Do you want us to talk to people who are at the
I,
moot and see if you could do something? You could bring up points and arguments. So this way, even if there is a punishment, they get lessened so she's not harmed.
he considers that for a moment.
You're a Shadow Lord. We're ambitious. If we want something, we go get it. And there's not a fucking thing anyone could say to stop us.
Bailey, honestly, being
He
Amanda,
straight.
I hate to say this, you might be able to ask to bear her punishment for her.
Oh, that didn't occur to him, and he's like, okay, no, okay.
Her lip.
I'm not sure it would work, but
Oh, well, I can
Yes,
fucking try.
You can tell. You can obviously tell Caroline does not like that.
Caroline, I know it's not the best, but
It protects Dazzles.
Mm-hmm.
Look, when I was little, she risked her life to protect me. I want to do the same for her.
Talk to other Philodoxes on the sept. Sorry, Caroline. I'm working on getting better at not.
Oh, it's fine.
What was your idea?
It's so much as comfort. She offers her hand to Bailey.
He'll take it.
She squeezes onto it tight and she says, "Let's try to be happy for the moment. There's a lot that's going to be happening, but
If anything,
they're happy."
if anything else, Bailey, I'm just going to rationalize this out of game why Veronica doesn't have resources. After we get the information, we could just do a full night celebration. We'll go wherever you want.
Let's go tell your mother that you're getting married.
He nods.
I will announce mine as well.
Are you okay, Bailey? Are you ready to go, or do you want some more time?
No, he straightens up. Like, Selenia's suggestion actually, like, just made everything better for some reason. It just he's good now. Like, yeah.
Veronica shifts back to Hamid.
Caroline smiles softly. Guess let's go see Dazzles.
I'll nod. I do need to meet your mother. After all.
You do.
Do I need to do the proper thing and ask her for your hand in marriage?
I don't think so, but
You have to pay your bride price? Your dowry?
he
What happened?
playfully shoves him. Like,
As he's walking, he'll kind of like hold
Oh.
him from behind, like he'll wrap his arms around like the front of his neck, like not holding his neck, but like draping him over, and walk behind him. And he's like, "What happens when you're in a same-sex coupling with dowries and bride prices?" He'll just look at him like,
that is not something any thought to.
"Neither of us."
Jesus. He's like, and now he's pondering. He's like, want to know this.
It's just a socioeconomic question I need answered now. Like scratches hair. Like I never fucking considered.
Actually,
this.
I'm now going to look up the story of Isaiah Morningkill.
Hot. So your character has a. Do you out of game know who Isaiah Morningkill is?
Yes, I do.
So you know the resource you have available to you, correct? He's Jonas Albert's grandfather.
Yes, he is.
Well, great grandfather. He's his great grandfather.
He's the one who exiled him.
No, that's Jacob Morningkill.
Okay.
Isaiah
Isaac's the
Morningkill
one in the Wild West then.
is in the Wild West setting, yes. And his son does remember, his great grandson does remember his tales vividly. Oh, Jesus. Going to visit Dazzles, Dazzles, Dazzles. So when they get to Dazzles, somebody is sitting with her. You know what Selenia looks like, so I'll just put his overlay away. And he'll kind of look at them when they come in.
Dazzle's
I
smiling.
can't, by the way, for the mother of my fucking life, do a fucking Australian accent, so you have to deal. He's got a. If you've ever seen the Aussie Man reviews, it can get like that if he's excited.
Yes.
Nah, fuck you. Nah, fuck you. Nah, fuck you.
So, yeah, Bailey just pushes the door open. He doesn't knock.
Sully will note there are many people who remind him of that. Yeah. And he'll just look at Dazzle.
And Dazzle smiles and she stands up to greet Bailey. Gives him a hug. She looks at Sully and says, my son.
I'm gonna smile at him softly. I've heard lots of stories about you.
You have?
Mm-hmm. Now, your mother and I have been friends for a while.
She's a Galliard. And I am her son.
Smile.
Caroline smiles at the new person that she's never met before.
So, for fucking once, someone reacts like, fuck me dead. He literally looks at Caroline and his jaw drops and he's like, yes.
That makes her laugh.
He'll hold his hands out to her, like very slowly, like I'm gonna touch you, and if you don't consent, you better move. And he'll wrap his arms around her waist and pull her in. I claim this for
She'll just give
country.
She'll just give him a soft hug. She'll look at Dazzles.
Mine now.
Like, God.
Dazzles will look at him and say, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to fight with Tolia.
I will fight
her.
Talia to the death for this delectable gem. And I'll pet her hair. Find me the master challenge, that fucking cocky bastard.
Veronica smirks at this.
Oh, you mean your tribe brother?
Yeah, my tribe brother. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look at Caroline. I'm not actually going to challenge your mate for you. I would die. But oh, what
yes,
a
I know.
I would have for but a few moments. We'll put her off.
She laughs.
Like, go, move.
As she walks away, she does this little blow kiss. She
so
laughs.
when she goes and lifts her hand to her mouth, she feels a jingle and like there's a click and like clank of metal.
Veronica's look becomes serious.
She has a handcuff on her wrist.
Oh my god. Bailey shakes his head.
He'll wink at her.
And he pokes Dazzles, and Dazzles looks at him, and he says, I have an announcement of sorts, I suppose. She raises her eyebrows like, oh. And he nods. And he
Selenia will come in like, oh hi. Oh hi. Oh hi, who this?
so Mom.
And I can tell your mom looks like Shakira. He whispers to him.
He giggles. Like, I know, right? So, Mom, this is Linnea. Linnea, this is my mom. You probably guess that he and I are together, and she just nods like, I know. I pay attention. Well, we're gonna get married.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
I just want to see what you'd say. Not tomorrow.
And she gasps. She's like, that's fantastic.
Can we have one of those beach weddings? They're clothing optional.
Caroline smiles, and she grabs Bailey's hand, and her ring shows off to Dazzles when she grabs Bailey's hand.
Dazzles has seen the ring. Remember, there was this text scene.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He knows. It's okay.
But she still grabs Bailey's hand because she's happy for him.
Yeah, so she hugs both of them, both Selenia and Bailey. I'm very happy for the two.
You're so tight. Then she feels him move his hand from her hip, and he's like, "They don't lie."
Oh, God.
And then his hand touches her belly, like, "Wait, you're pregnant?" Like he's just catching on to this.
Oh yeah, I am half of the reason why the king will be here is already here. Why we're having a moot on Saturday.
I literally just made this. Wow. This is like that time I asked, where does the moon go during a solar eclipse? Holy shit. I feel...
Bailey looks at Selenia like, wait, what?
Hold a hand up. No. And he'll just touch the belly like, it's a baby.
Yes, she'll be here at the end of the month.
Did she phone in? Did she RSVP? Who's that just her due date?
She called me and told me when she'll be here, yes.
Ring. Prepare.
Ring, baby phone.
The 30th.
The 31st, actually. But yeah.
No, nobody ever actually gives birth on their due date.
I have extra confirmation.
He's teasing her playfully.
He can't really see, but she's fucking grinning. I'm going to have an Arun.
My, you're determined, aren't you?
Apparently.
Not a Galliard, like her father.
And her mother.
Caroline will
Kind
feel
of
her.
kept the trend going, Galliard.
Just have lots of sex. The day of the beginning of the gibbous moon. There you go. Pop right up. I need to remember that you're my mother.
Caroline
will. And he'll look at Caroline, or he looks in the direction of Caroline.
Caroline will feel Dazzles' stomach. And she'll say, I hope one day I'll be pregnant.
You will be.
She nods.
There is anybody that feels the belly, there's a lot of movement in there.
Selenia will look over at Bailey. I hope one day you'll be pregnant. Just you can't even finish it.
Well, I mean, so we could talk
Well,
to
there's-
spirits and try and make that happen. I don't know.
Caroline shrugs. There is Jessica, so that's a thing.
Yes, but see, I'm Caroline, honey. He pats her head. I'm a Metis. Metis are sterile.
I'm not,
True.
and I can totally knock her up.
She's shaking her head.
I think she'd get offended if I walked up to her like, oh, hey, and by the way, guess what? I overheard this. I really shouldn't be saying anything about this, but I overheard this morning while I was in said household. Guess what? I have tea to spill.
Oh my God, spill it. That was Dazzle's talking. Like, I need to hear this.
So
Bailey leans in.
this does not leave this room. But
Veronica
Bailey
has a
and
full.
Dazzle's
Caroline
both-
crosses her heart.
the baby's Dev's.
What?
The baby is Dev's.
Wait a second.
Jaw hits the fucking floor.
Baby,
My baby.
siblings,
Wait, what?
or Jessica's.
Oh, this is true. Anyway,
Oh my God.
but yes, the baby is Dev's. Not this baby. I'm pointing at her tummy. Not that baby.
Caroline covers her
Jessica's-
mouth.
Jessica's baby.
Jessica's
Dev's.
baby will be related to me.
Will it?
Sort of.
The wreath
Reese
grows.
is my father.
I'm starting to think that everything, it's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, trying to degrees of
Dazzle's just-
Jesse Steele.
Dazzles just laughs and laughs like, oh my God.
Let's find a random person. Are you ready? Fuck. Let me think.
One of my very best friends, and to get to have a connection to him like this is amazing. Like,
the fact
Bailey is just like these people well enough to have much of a reaction, but okay.
that, yeah, Sully's right there with you. He's like,
Oh.
Caroline smiles at Bailey and says, well, it means that we'll be closer to being like real family as well.
He nods because it's now registering to him that he's getting another sibling. Because he will be Autumn's half sibling, so technically his too. Oh boy. He just like,
Sullivan is just going to look over at them and he's like, do you have something in your water? And do I need to use protection while I'm here?
protection, yes, absolutely.
Okay, just checking.
Well, at least
It's
I'm not
hard.
pregnant yet. She laughs.
Back around her waist and pulls her close again. Just pulling
See-
Caroline to his side carefully. Hi.
Oh my
hello. She's looking at Dazzle's like a pleading look.
Dazzles will give him a look like over to him.
We'll move her back to where she was.
Mhm.
Smile.
And she gives him a look like, you touch her again like that and I will tear you apart.
He'll smile softly. I'm sorry.
She's my baby unicorn. Leave her alone.
Baby unicorn? She's your littles?
She is.
Oh.
He wraps a protective arm around Caroline.
She smiles.
Or
and
fiance.
holds her tight.
is a walking legend amongst our people. Are you joking?
Mhm.
I really don't feel like having my rectum pulled out of my nostril. Ever.
She laughs at that.
And I think that's what he'll do to start.
Probably.
I literally watched that man strip somebody's skin off inch by inch strip. The whole thing.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Dazzle shivers.
All
Like,
6'4"
that
of
would've
the
been-
person.
that would have been great to watch.
Oh god. it was
Right?
Hours.
Bailey looks at his mother like, how fucked up are you?
Hours. Relax. But yeah.
Dazzles lets her freak flag out a little more every day. Like,
I don't want to be the one under his bamboo skewers. It's that simple.
Oh, and his bamboo
nods.
does skewer.
Oh my god. Je t'aime. You are so perfect for this man. Painted hands,
is,
ruby
isn't she?
red lips, the attitude and sass to back it up. Oh, he's going to be happy for so long. But there is one thing that I want to point out. Do you
What's that?
all fear for your life?
For a moment, and then she says, "No, I think I can take care of myself."
I don't mean to point this out. It's just an ugly and inconvenient truth. His wife passed without anybody knowing what happened to her. What if, and bear with me, what if you're in danger?
She thinks about this
Yeah.
and looks at Dazzles.
This is kind of one of those things Selenia actually goes serious for a minute. Like, oh. No.
Then Caroline looks at Veronica.
That was something I have been considering, why his family just died and they couldn't find out the source. And he
So
does
did
suffer. And he does suffer Hirano, it looks like, almost, or some form of depression.
I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news. I really don't. But he'll shrug. There's almost kind of like a feather, like flutter when he does it, and you realize that his spirit heritage is in the Morgana. So that
Okay,
death
so
ominousness.
Bailey does notice this, and then he goes, "Oh, our heritage."
Hmm.
He smiles at that.
I really don't mean to bring down the mood. I just wondered about that. And he'll tilt his head.
It is something to think about, but I believe in my heart that it was not him.
Oh,
If that's what you were saying.
I don't believe it was him for one moment. But I do wonder
No,
if
but-
whoever did do it was targeting specifically Sabala, or if they were targeting whom he loves.
Well, if it's the latter, then the entire family is in danger.
Truth. And it was more than her that died. It was her and their daughter and grandchild.
Bailey nods.
And no one knows who did it.
And he takes Selenia's hand because he knows that Selenia was raised by them. He's technically a family, so
yeah, Selenia is like kind of looking down, like sad.
Caroline's biting her lip.
Yeah, Selenia will say, the Petrovas took me in when my family abandoned me because of my eyes. When I was a boy. Before my change. Tolia I was just a foundling at the sept. He brought me home. His wife, she treated me like one of her own kids. I learned all of my rights from Tolia himself. He was my mentor. He'll sigh softly. I hadn't ever... I think the family was just so shocked that they did die, that she died, that none of us really ever thought it was still a threat. And I'll kind of chew his lip and look down. And Sully will give them a grim, small smile. I think I'm going to go find Sebastian. And he'll nod at them and walk out. He feels a little bit bad for that, but not really. Slenny will look at in the direction of Caroline, where he knows she was.
Yeah, she's quiet, like she's kind of thinking.
Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, I need to make sure I'm strong in case something does happen.
I'll chew his lip. We're here for you. If something comes for you, they come for all of us. We're your pack.
Bailey nods. Same thing that you said to me earlier. Same for you, Caroline.
Thank you.
We could also take advantage of something here with coming up with ideas, because it looks like we all have to deal with something. Our pack is new, and our sagas are going to build up as well as our renown. However, we do need to prepare because we're going at some of these things headstrong, which is nothing wrong with that. An idea that I did think of, since some of us are of different breed and aspects, just to throw our enemies and other tribe members off guard, maybe we should teach each other minor gifts. It won't be going out of aspect, but it would allow us to counter things in a way that people wouldn't realize while we're doing research.
I mean, I don't mind teaching my packmates.
Nor do I.
There's something I should tell you. If we're going
Yes, Selenia?
to do
What's
this,
that?
if we're going to be packmates. If any of you want to know them, and he'll kind of look down and then look back up, like it's just a gesture. I've seen even blind people do it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to ask this, and I'm sorry, but Dazzles, would you mind giving us a moment?
She nods and she'll step out of the room.
Like, it really does actually look like that, like, pained him to ask, but
She understands pack stuff.
Once she's gone and he's sure that they're in secrecy, he'll hop on the counter.
Veronica gives a serious look while, like, following him, giving a just like facial expression of "What are you doing?" Like knowing he wouldn't do this without reason.
Yeah, Caroline's really quiet.
Not only do I have gifts that are, I'll chew his lip. Normally only resources available to black spiral dancers. But I have the ability to learn them still.
She raises an eyebrow at that.
Did Bailey already know this information, or is this new to him?
I think he had just started telling him about that stuff.
Okay.
Like, remember, he was just starting to instruct him, like, and kind of fill him in on stuff. I'll chew his lip.
That can be useful, though. She looks at Veronica.
It can be.
It also means that I can teach them to you. But
I think we have to be careful with that.
using Father Worm's gifts are very dangerous if you do not. I don't recommend learning anything more than you must. It can weigh at you. And if you don't have the resources available to handle that, it can lead you down the path of oblivion. It just strains
And
your
also, if this becomes a thing for our whole pack, no one can know.
True.
This is true.
I have asked. I'll look at Bailey. If I could. Everyone in the pack is being considered. Everyone. The whole damn thing. He'll shake his head.
Including Caroline?
He would prefer not, but if she insists, as long as when they're at home, apparently, he'll scratch his head like he's scratching a flea. So I could technically be a little more clear. If you think it's a good idea. I've gotten permission from the two I've needed.
Yes. He nods.
He'll look at Veronica and Caroline. I belong to, and Bailey is an initiate of a camp. It is secret. It transcends tribe. It transcends nation. There are fair that belong to this camp. It transcends breed. Lupus, Hamid Metis. There are kinfolk that belong. We serve the interests of protecting the balance of the triad, and specifically in freeing and protecting Father Worm. The simple throw out is we serve the worm, but not as the spirals do. In fact, the spirals are our most dire enemy. His voice growls.
Bailey growls because he fucking hates black spirals.
The spirals no longer serve Father Worm. They serve oblivion. They have been driven mad by the Weaver.
Caroline looks off to the side.
We choose to focus on the worm because we believe that that is the member of the triad which needs the most in order to balance. You know how some people will fall back to the old argument of Black Lives Matter? Oh no, but all lives matter. You know? Minimizing and invalidating the fact that Black Lives Matter.
Mhm.
It's like that. Yes, balance must be restored. Yes, things must be in alignment. Yes, the triad must be returned. But it is the worm that is trapped. It is the worm that is being choked to death by the Weaver. Ergo, it is the worm that matters.
Bailey nods.
There is
It
no
makes a lot of sense.
too deep for us. We will go.
Veronica.
I look at it this way. This is Bringers of Light on steroids.
God, there are bringers of light in the camp.
Veronica contemplates everything that mentions, and she brings up, I believe if we take this challenge, also too, Caroline and I need to be at your rank and need to get stuff to protect ourselves.
Oh, you can't join the camp if you're Cleeth.
Yeah, it's too dangerous at that
Oh,
point.
no. It's not even that it's dangerous. It's that you don't understand yet. Not yet. You will. You will. And that is no slight to you or an insult. At one time, Cleeth were admitted into the ranks. He'll shake his head. You know, the camp serves Phoenix. Phoenix cleanses us of what taint we do garner. There are rituals that we attend on the solstice and the equinox that
Caroline's hiding something. I'm going to state this with she only has one manipulation and no subterfuge.
Oh, okay. So you're glowing like a fucking beacon right now.
Yeah, Bailey looks at Caroline. What,
Slendy's
Caroline?
blind and he looks at her. What is it?
I know about all this.
I assume you're married to the founder.
She
Your
nods.
fiance is the one who founded it. Selenia will hold out his arm. And he passes his hand over his wrist, and you see a phoenix feather tattoo, basically, like flare up. You can't see it normally, but you see it flare up. And he'll smile. It burns very bright and beautifully. It is calming, actually. It feels cleansing. This is our mark. We're called the Towns of Phoenix. In exchange for our service, we have broken the spirals and taken Father Worm's gifts back. So we have access to the enemy's powers. But we are secret.
I'm willing to learn.
I must tell you again, for the umpteenth time, if you do join, you have to be careful.
She nods.
I don't think you realize how depraved. One thing you're going to have to learn to understand is that to cleanse, sometimes we must become. Does that make sense? Do you understand?
Yes, you must take part in the most heinous acts.
He'll nod. In order to purge it. It isn't. He tears up. It's not a joy. It's not something any of us take true pleasure in. But it must be done. He'll shrug.
It's her head. It's what I fear causes Tullia's panic attacks. The things he has to do keeps him up at night.
He has always been one of the strongest at what he's done. This death has left him very vulnerable, and there are many of us who are very afraid for him. He doesn't want you to have anything to do with the camp. His light, his beacon, his normalcy, but there's a part of me that thinks actually that's the exact opposite of what he needs. He needs somebody by his side down here.
She can still be a beacon and be by his side in it.
Do you remember at the last ritual he fed someone their child?
She's nodding. If
When we say deprived, we don't mean the dark side of Penthouse Forum. We mean the worst. The atrocity realm.
I am willing to do that.
You don't have to. There's different levels. There are some who only participate in what would be considered at most a light BDSM party, as long as you're taking part in some vice. At the ritual, you're fine.
She's nodding.
But I do know that you and this entire pack are being eyed for membership. You, Veronica, were actually the first one Tolia saw. Actually, it was Emil who nominated you.
Caroline raises an eyebrow.
I need
And
to be
whom
clear.
nominated me?
The depravity of the camp isn't something you necessarily have to participate in. He'll shake his head.
All right.
That's not mandatory, as it were. During the ritual, some sort of vice should be observed, be it the use of intoxicants, sexual acts, anything, something, gambling, something. It'll be burned away at the end of the night. That's the point. But And there are different levels, literally different rooms, different areas for the different types of things that go on. So,
You see Veronica give a suspicious look and look outside the window of the Dazzle's place.
Caroline immediately looks out the window.
He'll chew his lip. What are your thoughts?
I'm wondering if the Petrovas are the only ones that do that.
Oh no.
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 Around here, especially.
There's... She looks at Selenia.
I'll shrug. As I said, your mentor nominated you. Emil is one. I know he'd be fine with me telling you that.
Okay.
I'll think.
So both Emil and Tolia nominated me?
Sebastian was the other that nominated you.
Wow.
It was Sebastian and Emil who nominated you. You need to be nominated by 2 members of the camp, at least. I threw in my hat for you too.
Wow.
I threw in my hat for Bailey. Bailey was me and Sebastian. You, I'll look over at you, at Caroline. You are fucking the leader. I'm sorry. Please don't. Nepotism. He'll just shrug. Fuck it. I'm sorry. We're talking depravity here. Nepotism. Like all of a sudden we're gonna start fucking developing ethics about this shit.
Right? God.
And here's the line. You're fucking the leader. There you go.
And it bites her lip, and then the handcuffs that she has, that she was given.
Yeah, he'll point out the door.
Started taking part in.
Yeah, him too.
She'll say, "I've already started taking part in BDSM."
I've noticed. Don't take it the wrong way.
Bailey just smiles.
He'll nod. What I want to know is if you have, in fact, yet slept with father and son. Not and.
I've slept with both, yes.
At the same time? He'll put his fingers together.
She'll say, well, that would be very...
And now you're thinking...
wonderful.
I'll nod. Oh, it's one, actually.
I do have another thing.
Oh?
I carry Fade blood within me.
Your father
Perhaps if I
isn't one of us. He is kept in the dark.
It should stay that way.
I agree.
But I can learn more.
I'll nod.
They have different powers than us. And it is also in my blood, so perhaps it can be of use.
He'll nod and he'll say, with the horrors that your father saw as a child, Emil will not allow him to be exposed. Your father was very heavily abused. And he'll shake his head. He wants him to have nothing to do with it.
And Nikolai?
He'll think on that a moment. I do not believe Nikolai is involved. I think that he is aware. All of the Petrova are aware. Not all of them are involved. I know Xenia is. I know... I'll think. I know Alexei is. Rose is. Petra is too young. He'll lick his lips. No, Petra is involved. He just joined last year. I'm sorry. The king isn't, but Eli is. The king can't join, actually. Apparently the crown won't allow it.
But that makes sense.
It does.
If any of this were to come to light, then the king needs to be bathed in a good one.
He'll look at Veronica. Cienfuegos is not involved. But no, he's an ally. But Sebastian is, but his father isn't.
Okay, that makes sense.
No nod.
It seems like there's some people that are left on the outside that kind of, if they know what's going on, they protect those that go on the inside.
Mm-hmm. It takes a manner of, well, think.
You have to have the will.
You have to have the will. And you have to know when to strike balance without falling too far one side or the other. He'll look at Bailey and he'll say, should we tell him the big one who belongs? The big one.
He nods. Yeah, go ahead. They should know.
He'll look. The alpha belongs to the camp. Dev.
Oh, this I know.
I assume you know everything. I'll just shake his head.
She blinks. She says, he's told me things about it, so.
I'll nod.
So I assume that you know the other one then.
I know a seer is involved.
He nods. That's what he was talking about.
Okay.
That explains why he has sex so much.
That would be his form of depravity, yes. Mine is different. He'll smile. Some engage through sex, some engage through drug use, some engage through abusing spirals. Finding and
Bailey looks like that's the one that interests him the most.
finding and
I like that idea too.
we try to return spirals to the fold, and the camp will take anyone. There are skin dancers who are still skin dancers.
Mine
I think there's another.
would have to be the enjoyment of inflicting pain on others.
But when we cannot from their ways, when they will not submit to Erebus, when they will not turn, well, we have them over for dinner. He'll lick his teeth.
She smiles.
They take part in our ritual. He'll smile. And a phoenix claims them.
This makes more sense to why a shrine to Phoenix built.
I think that is what Tolia wanted. I think he needs a place where the Talons who reside here, and himself included, can take a break. It does get heavy, I'm not going to lie. It can weigh on your soul. The point is balance. In serving Father Worm, you have to think. You have to be the good as well. The ultimate goal is to free the worm. from the Weaver's grasp. We've yet to figure out how, what must be done spiritually. But it's something we're always looking into.
It's like the duality in my heart and the darkness of Unicorn.
And again, consent is of the utmost importance to this camp. He'll hold a hand up. Okay, wait. Unless it involves spirals. But if you don't want something done, you don't do it. You don't want to do something, you don't do it. It's that simple.
Yeah. I want to be a part of this.
I'm actually a little worried about Sully. The way he was behaving. You might need to meditate at his candle a bit. He'll kind of look over at Bailey like, a little tainted. He'll actually dig in his bag for a moment. And he'll pull out a candle that has a phoenix on it. I'll show you a picture of it later. It's in a glass. And he'll light it and he'll set it down. In the glow of the candle's aura and in its range, which seems to be about the range of the room, it looks as though its field of effect is the room that it's in, if that makes sense. Okay?
Okay.
They feel kind of almost like a balancing or like kind of a, if that makes sense, kind of a feeling of neutrality.
Yes, it makes sense.
And he'll say, in front of this candle, as long as you do not strain it, you can do works that would otherwise be tainted but not corrupt. For any of the triad, actually. Wild Weaver or Worm. Oftentimes when we have to do our rituals outside of the rituals, or we need to take part in actions that would otherwise garner taint, if you're inside of the zone of the candle, it will take the taint for you and burn it away. Mechanically, the candle burns off your worm taint so you don't get corrupted.
That's awesome.
I know it is. This is 20 years of culmination and playing.
Veronica looks at Selenia and was like, I believe this is why you were suggesting those totems when we were building the pack.
Well, he'll smirk softly. It could have had something to do with it.
You know,
I'm not telling you to join up tonight. You could. He'll shrug and say, but you can ally yourself with and start to learn. You can be initiates now.
Caroline smiles and she says, very many imagery galloping next to Phoenix.
He'll smile.
We would literally be like the Four Horsemen.
You would be. He'll smile.
Bailey smiles at that.
And smiles. We were the four.
So, Veronica, what do you think?
I think this could be very useful, as well as something that I am interested in. However, we do need to be very careful to make sure we do not become what we are hunting.
We watch each other's backs. When we see that one, I'm going to talk to Sully after this because I'm a little worried about him. You'll start to see it. You learn how to sense it in each other. That one is slipping a little too far left or right. And you also learn to forgive it, though. There's a peace that comes with this. It's as though your eyes open and you just learn to notice small things and yet at the same time let them go. And so you'll see where one of your brothers or sisters is carrying too much weight, and instead of ridiculing them for it, you'll help them. You'll ease a bit of the burden. And you each together grow stronger. I think.
I suppose.
Mm.
That's what I did for Tulia.
Exactly. I remember the first time I ever went to. You know, hold on a second. He'll pick his phone up and he'll make a call. Really quickly. Really quickly, I'm almost done.
Soul's on the phone. Veronica has a very shocked
Yeah,
look.
Saul really quickly makes a phone call. Yeah, he'll make a phone call. He's texting actually, and he'll smile, and he'll say, "I think someone can." I think he'll say yes.
Veronica gives a very impressed look with him texting.
Yeah.
Right?
He just knows where the buttons are, is what it is.
Caroline looks at him. She's like, is there braille on the buttons?
No, I just know the keyboard. That and because it's backlit, I can see it just a little bit.
Let me
100% blind, you know, guys. Not totally blind. Most people aren't totally blind. He'll smile.
Oh, so you have looked at she said, "Oh, so you have looked at me a little bit." She winks.
Especially in those pants. No, I can't see details like that. The screen is backlit, and so the numbers are in high contrast. And notice I have it on big. He'll put he's got it back. It's on big. Big setting. That
So,
and a Falcon who can help me.
A few minutes later, Asir comes walking in, and he is positively fucking glowing. Like, yeah.
Oh, I see. You've been in your mistress's lair.
Indeed, I have.
Caroline nods.
There's a bet going on with that, by the way.
Oh?
Yeah, I overheard this.
What are the stakes?
700 Jessica slaps her during the moot. That's my bet, that she slaps her during the moot. And 1,000 you dump Isabella for her. The king.
Oh.
Sober, isn't it? And I'll look up at him.
He nods. Fuck.
Now, how about you tell us about the first time you went to ritual? Which is why I called you here.
Well, that was
probably sparing some of the major details out.
I'm not going to go into major
Thank you.
detail. No.
No.
Oh my God, no.
God, you're in the deepest layer. Don't do that.
Oh, but it was anyway. For a moment, he's like, "How do I tell this without major details?" Like, shit.
We could steer away from the points of getting choke slammed against the wall and almost being fed your spleen, and focus more on things like the handprint. The handprint's nice. When Tamora puts the handprint on people.
Mm-hmm. He nods.
The feelings of brotherhood and comradeship and unity. The night was fuzzy for me. I was on a lot of just so much.
I was on X the whole night.
Was she there? I didn't catch her. Just look over at him. Shake his head.
X. Okay, the drug.
I know what you're talking about. Oh my god. I saw Petal bring some. Oh, by the way, that's the other thing. We all have nicknames. Names. Aliases. There, that's it.
Everybody in the camp has aliases. I assume you've been educating these people on the camp, and that's why I'm here.
These people? Look over it. Really? These people? These fucking bourgeoisie people? Yes, I've been fucking talking to the bourgeoisie about our camp.
He just laughs. That did not mean the way it sounded. I'm so sorry. I'm very
arrogant shit. Oh, also the other thing is we are a little bit loose about rank when we're alone.
Caroline laughs.
Alone,
she says,
when you're in.
Sure about... Oh, sorry. She's not trying to interrupt. She was gonna make a cute.
Okay. He'll give Caroline a chance to speak. He'll look at her and smile.
She was gonna say, I bet that's not the only thing loose about you guys.
Oh God.
Oh no. I'll have you know I'm very tight.
Selenia will nod.
Veronica chuckles.
Bailey will nod.
Veronica chuckles for two reasons.
What is the two reasons she chuckles?
So he says, when you're in the ritual space, rank doesn't matter, deed names don't matter, nothing matters. Just there, brothers and sisters. It's very familial feeling, especially at the end. And he kind of zones out for a second.
Yeah, so does Saul. That being said, Tamor put the handprint on my hip last time, right where it meets my groin, and I thought I was going to die.
Oh no.
I thought to die. It hurt.
Put mine.
To be
put mine on my
bitch. By the way, she put it on, and he'll motion at the groin area, at the groinals. She put it on nice. Right there. Grab.
What did he do to her?
I don't know. I don't know what he did to her. But she full grabbed the entire fucking treasury and just, that's where she decided to put his handprint.
He had to have done something.
I am positive he did, and I think it was her daughter, but that's beside the point. So, hands to Jesus.
So Asir will kind of try to explain. The ritual is a blood ritual. Everybody donates their blood.
It's just a little nick.
Look at him. Wait, I heard this in Pirates of the Caribbean. They said it was
not like that. Not like that.
No, not like that. It really is only just a little bit, and you're healed immediately after.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
But it's all put into this big bowl.
Everybody's prepared to use Mother's touch. She laughs.
I think the tattoos have to but so, during the ritual, after everybody has given to the chalice, Tamor will go around and put a handprint on you. You take a sip. She puts the handprint on you. At the culmination of the ritual, she chants to Phoenix to burn away the sin and taint of the camp. There are a couple of different strongholds that hold the ritual. This is just the largest one. And she burns herself away. I don't know how she does it. It's a right Tolia taught her. She spills whatever blood is left on her. She burns herself away. It hurts. like one of the greatest pains you've ever felt. It sizzles down to your bone.
Yeah, Asir winces. Like,
You feel,
I've never felt pain like that in my life.
you genuinely feel the father's pain. But moreover, you feel Gaia's pain.
Asir nods.
Shake
It
his
brings
head.
you to tears.
Caroline clenches her fist.
You just
It
feel
absolutely brings you to tears. You just
trapped. You can feel how the Weaver is holding Father Worm. And for a moment, it strips you of everything. He'll shake his head and look up. But then it burns away, and you feel free, new and fresh. And I'll shrug. And that's the ritual. And it's done on the equinoxes and the solstices. And you have to go to either, well, in the States, you go to Boston, New Orleans, or LA.
Veronica,
Yes,
let's do this.
I agree.
When we become
Asir
Fosters,
smiles.
let's join.
Now we have to convince Andrea. Smile.
Well, if she is a Black Fury, they do view the Weaver as a source of problems too.
She was the one I'm most worried about talking to, but at the same time, she's also the one I think, by what she said about using the Thunderworm, this is the sort of thing we do.
Yeah.
Oh, God, she did talk to Petra, didn't she? He'll shake his head. Oh my God, that kid is a genius. I really underestimate him sometimes. Anyway. La.
Asir smiles and he squeezes Selenia's shoulder.
I'll look at him. Look, quote unquote.
I'm very glad that I joined the camp. It's not a decision I regret at all.
Hey, but do me a favor. Check on Dev.
He nods.
You remember what Chloe said about new recruits and how sometimes, whoa.
Who is Chloe?
Looks at her like you don't know what you just asked. Did you bring her back with you? Tell me you brought this woman back with you.
She is not on Sept,
Oh, God.
but she will be at the moot.
Caroline bites her lip and she says, "Try to keep quiet about that name."
Okay.
Even with my cursed eyes, I can see that blessed beauty. She is a goddess. Athena, actually, is her alias. Her husband is Apollo.
Asir
He shakes his head.
Asir looks at the group and he says, "My feelings for Chloe is more than just simple infatuation."
Caroline nods.
She is. Go on.
It's obvious.
She
In
is
my eyes.
a Galliard of the Silver Fang.
He blushes.
The essence of grace and regality. He'll shake his head. There is nothing I could say. I'm not a Galliard. She needs the greatest Galliard of the nation to explain her. And yet she's so humble. He'll shake his head and look at us here like, how the fuck?
Asir will say, "She held me at the end of the ritual. She and I connected on a level I never expected to." And We fell for each other.
That's kind of how I feel about that goat. Too bad I ate him. I'll shake his
Caroline
head.
busts out into laughter.
Asir shakes his head.
Saul just scratches the back of his head and just shrugs. Like, it was such a short-lived romance, but it was so strong.
Asir shakes his head, rolls his eyes like,
Oh well, it was next year. March. Oh, March, come faster. But yes.
right?
Candle, you light your candle, you do your thing. Oh God, please don't ever not light your candle and do your thing. Don't ever do a thing and not light the candle. Someone will look at us here, learn that one the hard way.
Asir,
Yes.
another thing came to our attention. That my life may be in danger since I am in love with Tulia.
Ooh, his brows like shoot up to the fucking ceiling. Excuse me?
We don't know what happened to Tulia's wife. We have no
He
clue.
nods. I know.
All of his family that was in that house, that was so close to him, gone. It could happen again. So, I have
He
to be
nods.
stronger.
I know. And know that there are some family that want to look into it, especially what?
I just saw the kitten.
What
God.
kitten?
Hi, chat.
Fucking bitch.
Oh Jesus. Oh my god.
I was waiting so long for the reactions. I kept so quiet.
Jesus.
It's
So anyway, Asir looks at Caroline pretty gravely. And I know that there are some members of the family that want to look into it, especially Rose, since she's a Bubasti, and so is Selva. She thinks it might have something to do with that.
This is true. That may be that may be something, but also, I'm different as well. I have Fey blood.
This is true. I think the entire family, everyone that's close to Tolia, should be careful.
She nods. Honestly, I'm beginning to believe I need to learn more about my Fey side. There is power
Probably
hidden in
wouldn't
them.
be a bad idea.
I know that orb Tulia carries is fairy magic, and it can transport you to a place like Egypt in an instant. There's
Seer nods. I know. Just circumstances should you ever tell your father about the camp.
I will never.
Is dead fucking serious.
Yeah, Selenia will nod.
Emil and Dev do not want him to know anything.
Yeah.
Nor do I.
The one time he was even given a hint of this, he'll shake his head. No, his mind cannot take it.
Not only that, but if he knew that I wanted to be involved, he would not allow it.
I'm not going to lie, I think that is a truth.
I would love to chat with you more about this another time, but I haven't been home for 2 days, so I need to go see my fiance.
Selenia will smile.
Caroline will nod.
And yeah, Asir will nod at everybody and head on out.
Oh, by the way, you know who's here? He'll say to us here.
He turns back and looks. No, who?
Master Black. Oh yeah, he'll nod.
Oh, I should find him. He nods. But not right now. I must go see Emil.
Oh yes. He'll wave. Bye-bye. Selenia will just shake his head.
You know, he's gonna get stuck again.
Probably. He'll pour out 3. He'll grab a bottle of rum and pour out 4 shots. Pass 1 to each.
Yes.
Between us, and he'll kind of hold his glass up to Father Worm.
Caroline holds hers up.
Veronica holds her up to Father Worm.
Bailey holds up his to Father Worm.
And I'll clink glasses and down it. And I think we can end our scene there.
Thank you for joining our dark game in the Sept of the Hallowing Winds. Veronica and the Pact the Night Riders and her inferior friends. Please stay tuned next time.